Welcome back to Pittsburgh Living on KDKA TV. I'm your host, Carol Lee Espy, and today we're featuring 6 excellent tri-state businesses. Now, coming up, we'll see Dr. Nathan Lockery from Aspen Dental and Cookie Harris from New Image Hair Clinic. But right now, let's welcome Saleem Ghubril from Pittsburgh Promise, Melanie Harrington from Vibrant Pittsburgh, and Cindy Fernandez from Ansaldo STS. Welcome to Pittsburgh Living. This is, I think, the most people we've ever had on the stage.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's good to be with you.
Well, let's start with Vibrant Pittsburgh. Tell us what Vibrant Pittsburgh is.
So Vibrant Pittsburgh was established in 2010 to grow the diversity of the region, specifically the region's workforce. And the reason is to contribute to this region's aspirations to be economically competitive. And,
which we need to do.
Which we need to do. And in order to be economically competitive, you have to be a growing region. In order to be a growing region, you have to be a region that can attract, retain, and elevate a diversity of talent.
Yes.
So that's the focus of Vibrant Pittsburgh, and thrilled to be working in collaboration with a number of groups here.
Wonderful. And we do struggle with that because you have to find it, our paradigm changes in the city as to what are we doing now?
Exactly.
What is our industry and who are we bringing in? And we really need young people.
Right.
Yes, we do.
We do.
So part of that is Hola Pittsburgh.
Right. So part of that effort was to get together with the Promise,
Pittsburgh Promise, okay.
to some of our leaders in the Latino community, and work on growing the Latino representation in the region. And we started that with Hola Pittsburgh. And that is creating the awareness that we have a vibrant, contributing Latino community here, but also then to attract more Latino talent to our region and to our opportunities.
And so how does this bring Cindy Fernandez into the picture?
So Cindy is one of our bright up-and-coming leaders in the community. She's doing some great things, and I won't give it away. Let Cindy talk about that. And she's featured in one of our television spots that we have out there in the community to raise awareness about what we're doing.
Okay. So Cindy, how did you come to know Pittsburgh, and how did you get here? Tell us your story.
All right, so a quick story is I moved here 4 years ago, fresh out of college, to work at Westinghouse, and I worked there for the past 4 years. Yeah, for 4 years. And there I was interacting with many different leaders, especially one of the person that was our president, which was Rick Perez. He was the person that actually introduced me to Vibrant Pittsburgh through the different initiatives of bringing diversity to the Pittsburgh area, not only to Westinghouse, but to the many different companies, especially in the energy business. And
so what do you do?
Well, right now, I actually switched and I work at Ansaldo STS, so I'm a senior project safety manager.
Okay.
It's a pretty long title, right?
It is.
Pretty much my job is to ensure that all of the testing that needs to get done for all of the signaling equipment, even down to here, PAC, our T system, everything that's done with the extension being one of the projects down to the Steelers field. Everything
which
that's
is very important.
It's very important. It needs to be absolutely safe, especially during the games.
When you say Steeler, that's all. That's very important.
Well, that's one of my projects, and everything
wonderful.
that's in the system, from the signaling, from everything that's on board on the cab, and down at the station in the South Hills, we test everything to make sure it's still safe.
And so now where did you come from that they brought you here? You
New
said
Jersey.
From New Jersey. Okay,
New
so
Jersey.
we pulled someone from New Jersey and brought them to Pittsburgh.
Oh, there's many of us out there.
Yes.
It's just we're hiding in our jobs. But that's how I ended up here in Pittsburgh, and work is what brought me here as an engineer. And then getting involved with different companies and different initiatives, the organizations like the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, which I happen to be the president of now. We do different outreach activities to help not only the Latino community, but everyone that's involved. We do the Carnegie Science Center E-Week, and we reach out to everything from K through 12 and the undergraduate chapters at CMU and Pitt.
So the key is, now that we have Cindy here, we want to keep her here. We want her to stay here. We want her to get married here. We want her to have children here, right?
Exactly.
We want to foster this. How is Vibrant Pittsburgh and Saleem, how is Pittsburgh Promise involved in doing that?
Well, not only do we want her to do all of those things that you listed, but then we also want the opportunity to educate her kids in our currently
reforming urban public school system and live in one of our urban neighborhoods. And then eventually the benefit of that will be that we will send her children to college on a scholarship from the Pittsburgh Promise.
Right.
And so our hope in addition to that is that Cindy then will invite her cousins and her friends and her friends' cousins and friends' neighbors to also relocate to Pittsburgh. Here's the reality. Currently, the largest minority population that's already in the U.S. is Hispanic. So the current Hispanic population in the United States is about 16% of our population. However, in Pittsburgh, the Latino population is only about 4.5%. So while the Hola Pittsburgh Initiative is targeting specifically Latinos to invite them to come to Pittsburgh, the Vibrant Pittsburgh agenda is to increase diversity across all ethnicities and all nationalities. But we're starting with the Latino population because that's already in this country. They're just not in Pittsburgh. And here's another recognition, that in cities where Latinos are experiencing vibrancy, the economics of that city and the cultural vitality of that city is enviably good. And we think that we as a city will benefit greatly from an influx among our Hispanic sisters and brothers to our city. So the Promise, the Pittsburgh Promise then, has as one of its strategic goals to grow the population of the city and the enrollment of our schools and the diversity of our workforce. Those are our three strategic goals. Well, one way to do that is, of course, to have children and grow from within, but another way to do that is to invite others to come and join us in experiencing and bringing about the renewal that all of us desire in this town.
Well, we've always been a city of immigrants.
That's right.
You know, we have our neighborhoods are so wonderful because of that, and we have very rich heritage. And just to keep it going is what will keep the city going. So what else can you tell us that's going on?
So essentially what we're doing is leveraging the assets and amenities of the people and activities and initiatives and groups and community groups that are already here. And as we go out and tell the story of what's happening in Pittsburgh to others that may not have Pittsburgh on their radar, we can say we have a welcoming initiatives via Vibrant Pittsburgh. We have scholarships via the Pittsburgh Promise. We have community groups via SHIP and other professional associations and civic groups and community groups and other groups for people at varying levels of skill and background and everything to come and pursue living and working and educating here in the Pittsburgh region.
You have quite a few people partnering up with you in terms of corporations too.
Yeah.
I mean, a long
So
list.
with Vibrant Pittsburgh, what we've done is essentially partnered with our employers. And so there are a number of employers in the region that said, we want to work with you, Vibrant Pittsburgh, as a group, as a collective, if you will. So we are a band of employers working with the community to grow the diversity of our region's workforce.
Wonderful. Now you do have an event coming up. Do you want to talk about that quickly because we're wrapping it up?
So we have a series of activities that will be going on to both generate awareness. We ask people to keep an eye on our commercials, Hola Pittsburgh commercials, to visit the vibrantpittsburgh.org to learn more. We will be leaving the region to go and promote Pittsburgh and its jobs and opportunities. So keep an eye out and visit us on the website.
Wonderful. Well, Saleem, Melanie, and Cindy, thank you so much for being with us. And if you would like to know more about Hola Pittsburgh or Vibrant Pittsburgh, you can call 412-281-8600 or check out their website, vibrantpittsburgh.org. Now, if you'd like to advertise your products or services on Pittsburgh Living, you can give us a call at 412-575-2400, or you can email us at showcase@kdka.com. Well, up next, we will have Dr. Nathan Lockery from Aspen Dental. That is next when Pittsburgh Living continues.